Welcome back. So following my last puzzling experience with the plastic puzzle that falls to pieces in an instant, I decided that I wasn't going to continue with doing this one next. I'm probably going to do it in a couple of puzzles, but I wanted a break from plastic. I just cut my nails too, which if you didn't notice in the last, probably not, in the last little bit of time lapse, I was having trouble picking those pieces up because I don't have nails that long anymore. So anyway, I decided I'd move on, and my wife recently caused me to have two puzzles that I bought, two round puzzles, this one and another one, and I was setting up to have a look at them. This one is, it's 299 cats and a dog, and it makes this image, but it has border pieces that help you get guided into making it. You could try and start in the middle and work your way out. I want to basically try to build it just by looking at the pieces and putting them down. I'm not going to sort it or anything, I'm just going to go into it. But the interesting thing I found out is that this panel that I've been using previously for puzzling is only 62, 63 centimeters wide. And the other round puzzle and this one are around 68 centimeters wide. So this is too narrow. And the new poster boards that I bought are too small for that as well. So I was umming and ahhing on what to do, and so I decided to make a poster board panel that I can use. I was going to film this, but I didn't end up doing it because I kind of got into it and forgot about filming it. But the interesting thing about this was I originally bought two more of these. These are 51 by 64 centimeters. And I thought if I put two side by side, that'll be 102 wide. And then I can cut a third one in half and put them on the end, and that'll be 96 long. So 96 by 102. I was about to do that, very, very close to taping them together. And then I realized that I do most of my puzzling in our lounge room, and I store the puzzle when it's temporarily partially finished under our king size bed in the bedroom where I'm sitting now. And there are at least two doorways and a couple of hall sections I need to move through. And the width, or the narrowest width of the doorways, is about 80 centimeters. So a 1 meter by 96 centimeter piece wasn't going to do it. So I sat down for quite a while and figured out some patterning. And in the end, I decided to do long strips so that I can match the corners and not have floppy pieces, basically, so that they overlap and counteract each side being floppy. And it would have been a lot neater than it is now, except that when I did my first cut, for some weird, bizarre reason, instead of cutting down the 64 centimeter length of the poster board, I cut across the 51 centimeter length of the poster board. And so I ended up with much shorter sections. So you get what I get to now, which is that I have 51 centimeter pieces, and then the 51 narrow bit, and then I have chunks that I filled on each corner and taped like that. And I wanted to have the big bit in the middle, that way I've got a big nice flat surface and I'm only using the edges a little bit. But that means that this is now, I think it's 80 by 79 centimeters. And it means I only have to slightly tilt it on some of the doors. So yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get started on this. I'm going to lay it out. I'll put the boundary pieces out and then I'll get started onto it. So hope you enjoy the time lapse. See how we go. So I'm going to finish it up there for at the moment. I've hit a bit of a wall energy-wise. It's just been a long day, but I am really enjoying this. It's really fun seeing how they connect together. In particular, when I got to this sort of section, you can see that like obviously things are sort of getting a bit loose here and there, but at the same time sort of getting more solid as I can push them against the wall. What I am noticing as I get more and more of them together, though, that despite the gapping that goes on every now and then, the wall gets pushed outwards gradually. So I'm having to sort of reshuffle every time, so that's why I'm not panicking too much when this gapping happens, because when I get enough of the right pieces in place, they're not going to move. So we saw that sort of over here. They're starting to get very solid there and not move around. We saw in the middle too, like I just threw some of these ones down and then I've moved them gradually. That's obviously not going to go right there, but it's roughly in the right spot. I will say I was amazed to see how many pieces early on really ended up in like very close together, and that was just random dumb luck. But yeah, overall, I'm enjoying it. It's a different process to what I'm used to with puzzles, in the sense of, because I haven't sorted in that. I did realize as I started, I could have actually sorted. These edge pieces have got a little bit on the side. I could have sorted by colors, obviously, and different textures in the colors and whatnot. But honestly, it's just proving easy enough that this is just an enjoyable process. I will add, I didn't notice before or state before, but there is a massive poster that comes with this that helps you figure it out. The irony of this is it's kind of twofold in opposite directions. One is you know exactly where everything goes, and the pieces are exactly the size on the poster as they are in the actual puzzle. So very easy to figure out where you're going, and that was how I built the border, looking at those edges as well. On the other flip side, though, it would be really nice if this was like half the size and it could fit closer and easier. But yeah, so basically I grab a piece or a couple of pieces, I pick one, I have a look for where it goes, and then I go to look over here and try to figure out where to put it down. So yeah. So like I said, I'm going to take a bit of a break and then I'll go for the second attempt and hopefully finish it off in a little bit. So yeah, see how we go. So this is it, finally finished. Don't really have many final thoughts on this, to be honest. It was a lot of fun. I think there was a point in the last chunk of work where it sort of got a little bit like pushing a lot around and that, and the outside border stretched. But once it sort of got there, it was like really enjoyable, just clicking them in and getting them finished and things like that. I will say there's some funny pieces I find, like these ones. There's a whole heap of cat's butts and stuff. And it was great too that I found the dog very early on. That was hilarious. Didn't look for it, just randomly found it. I do like the colours. It was vibrant. It was nice. It was easy. It's just those last few pieces that I couldn't find in the picture quickly, so I put them to the side and did them at the end, just finding gaps. But like with all the different colours and then the different textures with each colour, spots and stripes and things, and then with the shapes in general, it's really nice. This would not be a puzzle I'll keep together. I'm going to pack it up when I'm done, but honestly speaking, I think this is a really fun puzzle, and it's just a really nice break to just sit here and put it in piece by piece and not really plan it out or anything. I will say in the instructions, they give you options for difficulty levels. So basically I did what would be considered the easiest level in a sense, but they suggest that you could do it without the border to make it more difficult. And then they suggest you could do it without the border and start in the middle and work your way out to make it really difficult, which I don't know, I might have a go at one day, but for now it's done. And I think that after this, I'm probably going to move on to my other round puzzle, my 1,000-piece round puzzle, and work on that. I will say the board's been going well too. It's quite sturdy and all that. I went through the doorway with a slight slant, nothing fell off. So it was great. So yeah, anyway, if you've enjoyed that, do the things, the subscribe, the comments and all the rest, and I'll catch you in the next one.